Well, for one thing, my fantasy football team is going to go all the way to the Super Fantasy Bowl, which is in Narnia. You know who we just got on our team? Babe Ruth. Nobody wanted him. Babe Ruth is on my fantasy football team. And Tiger Woods, he was just voted Athlete of the Decade, and that guy knows how to score. He's on my team. Beyonce is on my fantasy football team. Yeah. If your team is all guys, that's your fantasy. And you know who you are. But I fantasize different, and we're going to get married. Because I put a ring on it. So, I got Babe Ruth, Tiger, my fiance Beyonce. And let me check the rest of the roster here real quick. We've got Poseidon and the Incredible Hulk, a young Sir Isaac Newton. We've got Godzilla, a unicorn for special teams, a couple of ligers. We got a new captain. They kicked our old captain out of the league for using a banned substance, and they have a zero tolerance policy now for kryptonite. So we picked up Gandalf the Wise from the Mordor Warlords, which is not easy to say. Try it. Mordor Warlords. Everybody. Mordor Warlords. You guys sound like idiots. Mordor Warlords. Sounds pretty stupid when you do it. The Fonz is on my team. Yeah, I know. That's how we met. And I know that's not his real name. His real name is Arthur Fonzarelli. So who else here? We've got a young Lisa Simpson, Muammar Gaddafi from Libya. Defense, defense, defense. Too soon. Okay. Bluebeard the Pirate, and Jim Morrison. Yeah, he breaks on through the other side quite often. It's a safety blitz when you're third and long. We've got a ninja monkey robot, OJ and Michael Vick. What happened? Oh, they're really good. Killer athletes. You can't change the truth by moaning at it. We tried to get Moses on our team, but he's on the Saints, so we're not going to trade him. And here's a kicker, David Beckham. He's a kicker. He's a soccer player. I know. Not a lot of people know about soccer, so I thought I would do a quick report. Soccer was invented by the Vikings in Scandinavia about 1,400 years ago at around noon. What they did is they would pillage a village, and then after the onslaught, there would be the offslaught. The next wave would come in and clean up the mess. And they're like, hey, there's something in this helmet. Pick it up. It's a guy's head. No, you pick it up, Lars. No, Hagar, you do it. Skull! And that's how the Vikings invented football. Well, and they called it football, right? They stole the name from American football, which to me is barbaric. And they had the gall to do it hundreds of years before American football was even invented. Now, American football, or as it's known around the world, American football, was invented on a Friday afternoon about 100 years ago at like 4:30. Okay, so we have all the rules from our game. We just need a name. What should we call it? Well, there's a guy in the middle. He's in the center, and he gives the ball from his hand. He hands it to another guy, and that guy hands it off or throws it with his hand. So I vote we call it handball. Well, unfortunately, there's a sport invented last week called handball, and they hit a ball against a wall. Well, why don't those guys change their name to wall ball, and then no, they printed up all the shirts. Okay, all right. Do any of our players hit the ball with their feet? Well, according to the rules, on a couple plays during the game, one of the players on one of the teams is allowed to hit the ball one time with one of his feet once on that particular play. Well, that's good enough for me. So that's how I got the name Feetball, which sounds too much like meatball, and my mom, Pat, says that you shouldn't play with your food, but I didn't come here tonight to talk about Pat because she's not the boss of me right now. So they changed it from feetball to football, and it upset the Scandinavians so much that the first team ever to lose 4 Super Bowls was the Vikings. And that's how I met the Fonz.